會出嚟啊！嗰個放咗邊先
Live.
You ready live?
Yes.
Hi, Paria?
Parlia.
Palia.
Parlia from the AS Rock El Uluru area in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to make sure that this is going through
Yeah,
properly.
I think we just have to make sure.
Okay.
Your mother is an intelligent woman. That's what I heard.
Yes,
I
she
agree. I
is.
agree. I agree.
Okay. Wait, which page is this?
媽，你可以行翻落去先，唔需要喺度曬下。
All right. So make sure that the audio and all is okay.
Yeah. Just make sure. Test mic, making sure everything's okay. Just make sure. Yep, definitely okay. Because with the wind like this, right? Okay. Right.
Testing,
Most chances
testing.
is like we won't be able to see it. Yep.
Testing.
Okay,
testing.
so we see anyone tuning in right now. It's a Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, yeah, you have to off the sound because the echo will be, people will be confused. So it is a Sunday. What time is it now? Exactly. It's about
12, so it'll be 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around 12 p.m. Anyone tuning in right now, if you're tuning in, do let us know if you can hear us clearly. All right, I suppose you can because we have tested it, all right, this time around.
Yes.
And also, in a way, I do send some greetings. I know this Sunday, all right, probably you're just having your lunch or about to go out for your lunch, all right? So we want to take this opportunity because we've been here for like 3 days. This is our
This is
third
our
day.
third day.
Yeah. So far, we are soaking in, okay, as much as possible of the energy over here. We have our Atma Crucible over there, okay. We purposely bought the Ring of Fire, okay. Probably later on we can show all of you, okay, and we can even play it, okay, so that you can soak in the energy as well. All right.
Currently, we're also soaking in the sun.
Yes, it's beautiful here. It's when the sun is like terik. Yeah. Wow, that cloud is so beautiful. That one whole, the rounding, you see that layer? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When we are in desert surroundings, that's when we are reminded of how much direct connection there is in the desert. Right. Even here, we were photographing and videoing the sun and the moon right at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. On usually
I guess
different
the moon
parts
is
of
not
the
out
not now.
yet.
Yes.
Yeah, not out yet.
Not midday, but usually during.
But eventually the moon will come out
moonrise.
very soon, okay,
Yes.
from behind us. Yeah,
Okay, I
it should
think
come out
someone
pretty
has
soon.
said
Okay, from
hi.
behind us. Yeah.
I see from the.
Is that because it's like the sun is very glaring.
Oh, that is
You'll be
someone's
able to see?
watching. Yep.
Yeah, someone's watching,
Right.
is it?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're tuning in right now, okay, do in a way send a message, send your greetings, let us know that you're there. I think today's session itself is like Gong Yu purposely wants to talk about the upcoming full moon, okay, which is also an eclipse, okay, at the same time, which is also the biggest full moon of the year. Yeah, you know, in Chinese, we celebrate Mid-Autumn, okay, festival, okay, based on the full moon itself, because that particular full moon is the biggest and it's also the most impactful. It's the mid-autumn full moon, okay, yeah, it's mid-autumn, all right. It's the biggest, it's the nearest, and also is the most impactful, okay, in terms of Chinese astrology as well. All right, so today I guess Gong Yu wants to talk more about that.
Yeah, we are actually in the second of 2 consecutive full moons, and of course this one is even one notch above the full moon that we had in middle of August itself, because August, September, very, very deep, powerful months, which are in line with the energy of the season, which is autumn, all about basically reflection as well as triggering realizations. So it's all converging at the same time. We not only have the autumn energies here, but we have, of course, the astrology moving from the water monkey month, right, and then into the water rooster month, right? These 2 months themselves, by the pillars, are also very powerful in these types of energies, right? So it enhances the typical autumn, and this particular autumn is very strong in terms of this reflective qualities, right, that the elements of metal and water allow us for any particular time, but it's especially much enhanced in this particular year of the wood dragon itself, right? And then of course in line with that also we see that the moons, the full moons, right, are super full moons, like Jessie was saying. So we had the first one in August itself, and then now we're in the second
The super moon, yeah.
super full moon, and of course traditionally in mid-autumn, also a strong full moon, or the strongest full moon for the year.
Yeah,
Right.
all right. And I will have to emphasize again that this particular trip itself was like a very impromptu. All right, so we have not really decided, okay, like we have the first full moon, the first super moon, which is also a blue moon, figure out, that was last month. All right, that was last one in August, and it was in Songyan. All right, and we spent, okay, the full moon, okay, meaningfully with 60 over souls, okay, on our power up retreat in Songyan itself. And then we have in plan since last year, aiming and looking at the date selections, that we will be also spending our full moon for October in Nepal, okay, which there will be 100 over beautiful souls, okay, in Nepal itself, which is next month. And we have also planned, okay, another final of the stretch of super moons, okay, in November, where we will be in a very intimate group, which is a full house still, all right, with the students, okay, in Egypt. All right, where we will be spending the time in Egypt itself.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be Isis Temple.
Yes.
I planned for it.
Yes.
Okay, or it could be one of the pyramids.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay. so the
Okay.
point is, okay, I've just had my September full moon empty, right? And I didn't know, okay, as in like what is it? Okay, what was it? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, until I think the last day of our Tibet exploration journey, when we were back in Kathmandu, and have this very, very clear, I would say, calling, all right, and sign, okay, in a way pointing towards the southern hemisphere, okay, and towards this powerful, sacred, magical place of Uluru itself. Yeah. And I would say that today is the third day that we are here. Okay, it is more than I expected. Okay, on the surface level, it was more than just this beautiful Uluru right behind of me, because we discovered that they are actually more than that.
Correct. So there's every day brings us another layer of information, so it's very exciting. And like Jessie was saying, so lo and behold, due to scheduling and arrangements and intent and timing, divine timing, so then we ended up here in AS Rock Uluru for this second of the 4 super moons, right, with the other 3 already planned in terms of our soul's journey. So this is exceptionally meaningful. And also I was talking about the consecutive super moons, then this is the second one, time in a very powerful autumn. It's not just any autumn. And of course this is going to be the focus of today's topic is on the mid-autumn full moon, which also is a eclipse. Yes, so that adds another basically level of energy to it, because lunar eclipse is basically a heightened full moon. So we have a super full moon, and then we have an eclipse. That's a super full moon. That means it's again adding and heightening to the moon energy. So this is really maximum moon energy. We were just talking about it when we were coming up here, right?
And I also want to like in a way share or in a way share my view as like, why is it an eclipse is an heightened like energy of the moon itself, right? So to me, I personally find that whenever eclipse happen, okay, of course it's like the lunar eclipse, it only happens during a full moon. All right, and in a way, as in like during this full moon itself, right, you have an extreme of, you see the moon is already yin, all right, and you know that the full moon is a yang counterpart of the moon. Whereas the new moon is the yin counterpart of the moon. Means that you do on a micro scale to look into like between the sun and moon, of course the sun is yang and the moon is yin. But if you look at the moon itself, it also have its divisions of yin and yang. And look at the moon itself, right? The yangness part of the moon is during a full moon. So during an eclipse means that the full moon, especially during a super moon itself, it is at its biggest, strongest, more impactful, most powerful, okay, energetically. And this moment is supposed to give us a very deep, I would say, a reflection, because it gives the biggest and the most reflections of the light of the sun, okay? So therefore, it is the most yang, all right, in a way on the micro scale, comparing the moon to the moon itself. Now, what happens during an eclipse is, okay, at this spur moment of the most yang, okay, of this super moon, right, of the full, like how to say, reflection, okay, of the sunlight onto the moon itself, you also go into a glimpse of darkness, right, where you go into a glimpse of, like, in a way, like a yin, all right? So it brings out the yin counterpart. So it, in a way, throws the energy to the extreme yin and the yang counterpart, okay, during this particular full moon that comes together with an eclipse itself. All right, and why is that important for us is because, like, you know, the moon always shows us the reflections to our inner emotions, our mind, okay, our thoughts, thinking, feelings, and emotions, all these are reflected through the moon. So whenever the full moon happens and we catch up to the reflection of the sun, all right, so it's supposed to bring to the surface a lot of the dark, okay, thoughts, a lot of, like, internal emotions or reflections within us, okay, that got reflected out, that surface out, okay? So when this particular eclipse happened itself, right, okay, when everything is surfacing, it gives us another push. It's like pushing us back down into the darkness again, so that immediately we can, in a way, have this impact of, like, pushing the dark onto the surface, okay, immediately once the eclipse has passed, okay? So therefore, during an eclipse itself, okay, I would say that it's even more powerful to use it to work on, okay, right, comparatively to every other single full moon that happens every month itself.
Yeah, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. I would just traditionally look at it as a heightened full moon, right, an eclipse, but this is a really interesting explanation of it. And I just wanted to, before, add some more color to the energies of this particular full moon eclipse, right? So just want to say a quick hi to those of you who said hi, right? Mihalia, right? Jen, Melissa Lim,
Hi,
Chui Ling
Melissa.
is here with us.
Hi, Chui Ling.
Margaret Pang is here with us as well.
Hi, Margaret.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, hi,
Yep.
hi. Thanks for joining us, okay? Yeah, why
Yeah.
don't you get into your content?
Right, so just to add a little bit more color, right, the different aspects that this particular super full moon eclipse actually helps us bring out, right, in the way that Jessie has said. This one is particular theme around this part of the year, right? And whenever a full moon occurs in this part of the year, so the biggest level, right, that we take away from it in terms of what the energy is pushing us to realize is actually a trust, right? A deep-seated trust that despite the outward energy, right, because the season is so contemplative, yet most of us who live in a modern lifestyle, shall we say, right, we have things to do, we've got deadlines, we still have, for those of us who are employed Monday to Friday, hours to report to, and so on and so forth. So in the busyness of this day-to-day life, that we can actually get troubled, or we can get thrown off, or we can get overly obsessed or worried about getting things done, getting things accomplished. And within the whole spectrum of a new period, like period 9, for example, right? So it could be a very stressful time for many of us, but yet the anchor energy that is anchored down and emphasized and enhanced by the super full moon eclipse is a trust. A trust that as long as you are going with your true north, anchored down to it, and you have a strong connection to it, clarity towards it, and of course you're structuring your overall life towards it. Right, so many of you I know are already doing that, or have been doing that ever since 2-3 years ago, or you're making big shifts this year, or you're planning a big shift next year, whatever it is, right? So many of you have already, or in the process of making this particular adjustment. So as long as you're doing that, the wind is strong and the tripod just moved.
Yes, and it was like, whoosh.
So hopefully it's going to stay up, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you are clear in where you're heading and you are taking steps towards it, and you've made big moves, life structure changes, adjustments, etc., towards it, you are in good hands as long as you trust in yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And the energy of trust is here to support you, as long as you have that clarity and you have already taken the major action towards whatever reshaping that you're doing, whatever adjustment, and whatever major life shifts that you have to, right? Because you want to basically move forward to the future, into the rest of period 9, in a way that is to your desire, in a way that floats your boat, in a way that is anchored towards your own personal true north. So remember, the super moon here will give you a test of that trust.
Yeah.
Right?
A test.
A test of
I think that's understatement.
Right? It will
It's
take
like,
you.
yeah, it will.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, as I personally have gone through, how I witness other people are going through it or have gone through it, still going through it. I guess that a test is an understatement. All right. Also, I believe that test comes from all the directions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It will in a way be chasing after us. Okay. It will be. It's like just the native stories that we heard about, okay? The monster, the evil, will be chasing after us, okay? Like it will be, in a way, as I said, devour, okay? Devour all of us, okay? And, oops! Sorry, guys, okay? As you can see, the wind is very strong.
Is it back okay now?
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I can see myself there. Okay. I think everything is okay.
Okay.
Right. As long as we didn't scream
All
about
right.
it. Right. Someone is laughing. I guess it's okay.
Yes.
Right. So you have to excuse us because the wind here is truly very, very strong. Come. All right. We can just put this back.
I'll just show
Come.
the tripod.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you
the
wanna-
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I will put this back. Okay, just excuse us. We do not have our third hand here, which is our handy little Nicole Marie. Okay, so we have to do this on our own. I guess it's like you miss a person most, okay, when you don't have them around, okay, and I'm missing
Are we
Uluru,
good?
okay,
Okay,
okay, I
all
think
right.
so, okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes, just do bear with
Okay.
us. Is it straight? Is it too far away?
It's not really.
It's not really straight. Okay, why don't you continue on with your sharing? So let me
it's
figure
just,
this out.
You know, sorry for the dramatic interruption there. Uluru is cut off. Uluru is cut off there.
Oh, cut off.
Turn
It's
this way.
cut off. Okay, okay. Move more to it.
Okay. We're getting a little behind the scenes. It's a little low.
Is it? Is it low? Has it like, in a way? Why don't you continue to talk?
Okay.
It's like, how come it is low?
You want to move the whole thing,
Is it better now?
or you can turn that up? I think now it's
Okay,
better.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, that works. So we have an incline here.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
I mean,
the wind
the
is
earth,
super strong.
the earth is tilted anyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
and,
it's never straight.
And
Okay, so
we had a little issue with one of the legs of the tripod also,
it's
and
okay,
the
唔
wind
使
is
攞
super
住啊，真
strong.
係好攰嘅。
Yeah.
嗯，yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's important to keep within the context of what we were talking about, the degree of the shakiness and the degree of
The
how-
shakiness.
Yes, the degree of the test, right? So this is really up to, again, a reflection of the individual's progress, right? So, and again, the two anchors here to assess that is basically changes, right? Especially those which shift us towards our own personal values, right? That means enough of the living in the values of other people. What is most important to us? What are our principles and what really defines us value-wise as people, right? So the past few years have encouraged us to push towards those changes, right? And we really only have the cosmos, the divine astrology, the divine alignments in the sky, a couple of years, right? That's going to support that will bring us way into period 9 itself. So that's one aspect. And the other aspect that's important that is part of the urgency of these few months, right? The month that started about 2 months ago and will last until early winter, about November, is basically the remnants of the structural change that we still have to sort of tidy up, right? So again, back to the reference of how much structural change that we have undertaken, right? Which is reflected in major things in our lives, how we look at what is meaningful, the types of people that we want to spend time with, the way that we want to use our time and energy,
Yeah.
right? And of course, all of this would
Yes.
normally involve major things like main relationships, right? Between partners, for example, family members, companies, right?
Yeah.
And then also within the context of work.
What are
because-
the relationships that's bringing you nearer to your true north? I guess that's very, very important, and that's a crucial questions that we have to start questioning ourselves.
Right.
Okay, especially now.
Yeah.
Okay, starting from this year onwards.
Yes,
Yeah.
and in line with that as well, you know, because it is living a life that is aligned to our true personal values. So this aspect, of course, has to really drive and really connect to how we spend our daily energy. And for most of us, it will be the work that we do, right? The work that we do, the careers that we choose, right? And if those careers really do not reflect our true personal values, and everyone is different, and people value different things differently.
Yeah.
And so if you are stuck in a cycle where you have obligations and you just feel like you have to do something because society needs it, because a certain
continue on. I just
industry
couldn't take
needs
it
it,
that this thing is saying
right?
it. So yeah.
That you believe that money, in terms of abundance of cash, in terms of abundance of salary, in terms of the amount that you make from ownership of stocks, properties, whatever that value can be held, and if you truly believe that that is an exchange for your own value, right? If you truly believe that that is in line with your own personal values, then of course there's not much of a problem there. But if you're doing that for the sake of just that monetary value, and the work that you do, the way that you exude your daily energy is against what you really believe in, it means you're doing a job just for the job's sake, you're doing it just for the money's sake, the salary's sake, then again, you would have most of these tests being triggered in these couple of months, and including for this round, right, of the energy of the super full moon eclipse.
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong to it. I mean, we know we are all trying to survive in this world called Earth, right? So, I mean, it's nothing wrong to have a job or to have a salary, but the thing is like, what are we exchanging for that salary, and what are we exchanging, all right, for that job? I guess it's like, at the end of the day, it boils back down to the questions as in like, are we in a way some sort of like betraying ourselves, okay, betraying our inner self, all right, or turning a blind eye over certain things that we truly can feel it inside, all right? If that's the case, then probably it's time for us to really wake up and reflect, okay, on those questions itself, all right? So because those are the things that will eventually, in a way, take away our soul. And why I want to say this is because recently, you know, I started off like, in a way, a lot of my workshops, and especially in the tarot and all these things as well. And these are seasons of the soul's journeys that's coming in. A lot of people has been asking the question, what's the soul purpose? Okay, it's like, what's the soul purpose? A lot of people has been asking this. I guess it's like, oh my God,
Okay, wait, you talk.
so cute.
Okay, wait, you talk? Okay, come.
Yeah, okay.
Strong winds. Okay.
Luckily, we have very supportive, okay, like students and friends and followers out there, okay, who won't mind this, okay. And yeah, my point is, I think it's like, where was I, darling? Oh yeah, the questions about the soul purpose. It's like a lot of people has been asking about their soul purpose. I mean, to me, I realized, especially during these few days, okay, of my reflection here, okay, in this powerful Uluru itself, right? I think the questions we should be asking ourselves, or the thing is that we should bring into our awareness, is not about what is our soul purpose, but at least not depreciate our soul. Is that the word? Depreciate our soul? Because I feel that more and more people, right, in a way, on one side they are asking about their soul purpose, but on another side they are doing a lot of things, okay? Their actions, their decisions, their beliefs and their mindset are at a depreciative sort of like mode towards their soul. Because every single day you can see that the glimpse of light within this soul itself is just getting dimmer and dimmer every single day, right? If that's the case, I guess it's like no matter how many times we keep asking ourselves, it's like our soul purpose, it is like not going to help much, okay, right? Because at the end of the day, I guess everyone starts guarding your energy. And when we say like guarding our energy, means it's like we guard our soul, okay? We do not give away our energy. We do not do every single day, every single thing, every single chores that we do that is in a way draining our energy. Draining our energy means it's draining our soul. It's the same thing, all right? So if we keep doing that, then what's the purpose of finding your soul purpose? Because even though you know exactly what's your soul purpose, you wouldn't have that energy to go and fulfill that soul purpose. You wouldn't have that energy to go and like move towards that soul purpose. Okay, so I think it's like the most important thing right now is like the question of how am I depreciating my soul? How am I allowing this soul's energy within me, in a way, getting dimmer and dimmer every single moment and every single day? I guess it's your time to talk. I will go
Okay,
there.
I think no, it's okay. I think we can wrap up.
Serious?
Darling,
So fast? I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done? You can continue talking.
You still have things to say?
No, I just wanted to.
Yeah, answer the whole. Mama, please. Yeah, later I'll tell you who's our. Yeah. Okay, very important person behind the scene that's like helping us 嘛，唔好撳咁大力，呢個腳曉跌㗎。Yeah,
no, I just wanted to re-emphasize it's the same themes again, but I think it's the urgency of the situation because we are going to finish off the autumn month, okay, autumn months of this year. And then after that, of course, when we go into winter, it's really a precursor, a seeding of the growth of the upcoming spring, right? Which is a brand new year altogether. So we really only have the remainder of September, and then of course October is where all the major changes, another layer of deep changes will happen with the clash month, and then that's about it. After that, when we go into winter, starting with wood pig, wood boar month, right, it's going to be again emphasizing growth, right, or preparing for the coming year already. So that's why when you look at it from this perspective of Chinese astrology, stacking up the different layers, the different pillars, and then if you even look into Western astrology's transits, we have Pluto, which is in its last phases of Capricorn, and never ever going to return back to Capricorn, right, for the next 180 years. Right, so it tells a similar story of the urgency of, again, the shift of values, and more importantly, whatever Jessie was also emphasizing, what are you doing to reflect your cognizance shift and true acknowledgement of your own personal values.
Yeah. All right. And of course, speaking of that, okay, I know Chui Ling, Paul Ling, you are here. All right. I know, like, I guess you guys have already signed up for the next workshop that I have. I purposely price this workshop at a very, very, I would say, entry level price, okay, because you know normally my online workshop also at least is at 180, all right, but this time around I'm putting it at 150. I really hope, okay, that some of you, like your friends, okay, family members, if you think that can really, really in a way benefit from like learning how to look into your own parcel chart, okay, and go deeper within yourself to firstly find, okay, what are the issues that have happened to you in your past, okay, either this lifetime or previous lifetimes. What are the things that have happened to you in your lineage, okay, of your ancestor lineage itself in this reincarnations on earth, okay, over lifetimes and lifetimes itself? What are the fear, the trauma, okay, the wounds, okay, that you have created that somehow forbids you or in a way like blocks you, okay, from moving forward to finding your true inner self or your true, I would say, authentic soul. All right, so I highly, highly recommend, okay, those of you, okay, please help me to spread this word out, because like, I mean, I got this calling to, in a way, have this workshop to all of you, okay, all right. I think quite recently, just right before I fly over, okay, to Australia itself, and the more as I get to this powerful place of Uluru, the more information came to me, the more I will say aha moments came to me, especially those of you who are following me to Nepal. I realized that, okay, whatever I share with you of my findings in terms of the feng shui location, environment of how the 3 stars, okay, in Kathmandu itself, all the way to Mutinak, and after that, okay, it follows on to Kailash, okay, which is a direct line to northwest and southeast. I found a similar alignment here in Uluru, okay, which is something that I personally have not in a way aware, okay, I'm not aware of this, okay, until here I get to know about this place, I get to know more about this particular place, and Uluru, the one that you see behind me, is just one of the 3 stars, okay, so I am so looking forward, okay, to share all this with you, okay, and I just realized that apparently the monolith that runs, okay, like just like, this is called an Inselberg, it means it's like, it's not an iceberg, okay, yeah,
Landberg.
It's a Landberg, nice name, okay? So you know that majority of that monolith, which is in a way formed behind me, okay, majority of it is underground, all right? And that in a way helps us to root, okay, deep down into our ancestor level and all that, okay? And I just realized that I mentioned about like, it runs underground for at least 2.5 km, okay? Apparently, it's not exactly Uluru, right? That's another, okay, in a way, monolith, or another mountain, which is another rock, which is called the Katajuta.
Yeah, that's a conglomeration of a bunch of rocks together.
Okay, and that runs, okay, as deep as 3 kilometers under Earth itself. And apparently here, Uluru runs, okay, from about like 5 to 6 kilometers under Earth. Underneath the Earth itself. So Yeah, and yeah, the information that I get here and everything, it is so overwhelming, and I've been like downloading, okay, like every day. Like yesterday, I've been like working by the poolside and all that, and of course today also there will be a lot of things for me to prepare this. Okay, so those of you who have signed up, okay, please prepare your Bata chart so that at least you understand to look into your chart itself to see deeper into the past, okay, and what other things, okay, that have happened to you in the past itself, okay, whether in this lifetimes or beyond, all right, that is in a way impacting you consciously now, that was seeded through our subconscious or unconscious. Yeah.
And that's why, you know, everything happens for a reason. And that's why the convergence of everything that's happening, including, of course, the workshop that's happening on Tuesday night. So that's happening 9 p.m. GMT plus 8 Malaysia time, Singapore time, at 9 on September the 17th. Right? The Power of Uluru is the official name for the workshop. And it is, again, in conjunction with this deep excavation energies that we have in this very important timing of the year, right? As we basically push on, finalize, right, finally be able to clear out, right, certain deep-seated rooted things, right, that need to be dug out and unearthed and healed and also transformed.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it.
Yes.
One more thing is like, since the other
okay.
day, I'm just excited
You want
to
to- okay.
No, I don't think they can hear us, okay, but I'm very, very excited, like finally.
If you play it,
I got
you're
this.
playing it to the mic, so it should be alright. Yeah.
I don't think it will sound nice because the drum needs to have that vibration feel,
Yeah.
all right, but I'll try it nevertheless later. But I finally gotten this. It's like, I've always, in a way, oh my God, I can hear my own voice. All right, I've been playing with
you
this
gotta-
throughout the Australia trip itself.
You gotta try
People
that.
will think that I'm crazy. All right, so we go into meditative mode with this, and also with the Ring of Fire crystal bowl. Okay, if you want to show the Ring of Fire to them as well. Yeah, and the thing is, I finally got it. I came here, I searched for it. Okay, and I've gotten it, and I'll be bringing this to Nepal. Okay, so Trailing, Pauling, and hopefully Xiangling is also
Yeah.
watching here. And those of you who are joining me in Nepal, all right, be prepared for this healing energy of the drums, okay, that I have with me here. And of course, this little fella here is also, in a way, following us, okay, to Nepal. I purposely bring her here, okay, to charge the energy, all right. And this is a dedication, of course, to Vajrayogini and also Goddess Kali as well.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is one of our favorite bowls, even though it's a tiny little thing. But from the moment we heard her sing, wow,
Beautiful.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, so we're gonna like play a bit of the drums. I don't know how it's gonna sound. Probably it's not gonna sound that great, okay, right from behind the mics, okay. But these drums, okay, they are really, really meditative, right? So yeah, finally gotten it. This is from the goat skin, the goat's hide, all right, and yeah. And hide, I realized is like when I gotten these drums, it's like, I guess it's like a lot of us has been hiding behind our skin for the longest time. All right, so goat hide vibrates it, brings clarity, okay, to us, and vibrates the energy out of us to release, okay, our true, authentic self. Okay, so stop hiding. You know they call it the skin hide. I mean, I'm not an English person, right? He's the English teacher. But recently, after I've gotten the drum, okay, I realized it, okay?
Yeah, same word, different meaning. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
But interestingly deep. Yes.
All right, thank you so
Okay.
much, everyone.
Thanks,
I'm going to
everyone.
keep playing this until it
Yes.
goes off, okay? Thank you so
Okay,
much.
we're gonna
Okay.
sign
Have a
out.
great Sunday afternoon
That's
ahead.
right, signing out of Uluru AS Rock, Australia. Bye.